It's starting to get cold outside, and what goes good with cold? A nice soup. Beef vegetable soup. Now, don't be turned off by the amount of ingredients. It's actually a real simple recipe to make. First thing you need, a nice sized pot. Set your stove to about a 7, and let's get started here on Cook! Don't be lazy! Get a little veggie oil into your pot and get this preheated. Once you feel it's nice and hot, this is the part I hate. The splatter. Alright, didn't get me. Good. I'm using about a pound of beef stew meat. Now it'll help if you do some prep work ahead of time. Cut up dice up half an onion. And we're just gonna brown the meat. Kind of give it a nice little sear on the outside. We're not gonna cook it through. Just trying to get a nice sear on the outside of the meat, as well as get some of those onions caramelized. After about a 5 to 7 minute cook time, minced garlic. I'm going to do a nice tablespoon's worth. Actually, it's about all I got, so whatever's in there is going in there. About a good tablespoon. Give this a stir. Let this cook for about a minute. Alright, time to throw the kitchen sink at this guy. Drain a can of corn. Drain it. Drain a can of green beans. About a cup of cut up carrots. Tomato soup. Get in there. Petite diced tomatoes. And you know what I see here? Look at this guy. Look what tried to sneak in. The very end of a tomato. Yuck! Aesthetically, going in the garbage. Italian seasoning. A nice tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. Onion soup mix. Worcestershire Sauce. Yeah, that. Do a little dash of it. And last but not least, beef broth. Now the beef broth I'm saving till last because I want to be able to eyeball just how much I want to put in it. I'm going to use most of it. This is a 32 ounce container. I'm going to use most of it. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it. Let me get this stirred in and see how it looks. Now we do have potatoes, but we're not going to put the potatoes in right now because we don't want mushy potatoes. Alright, so that's good. I'm not going to use all of it. That's starting to look real good to me. So I used roughly 3/4 of 32 ounces. That makes about 3 cups worth of beef broth. Go ahead and cover it up. Bring your temperature down to a 2. And we're going to let this simmer for about an hour. At that point, we'll move on to the next step. So roughly an hour later, ooh, smelling good. Dice up 2 or 3 potatoes depending on how big or small they are. Get the potatoes in there. Mix it in. Cover it up. So we're gonna let these potatoes cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. That's the only thing that's left. After that, time to plate up. Beef vegetable soup. A lot of ingredients, but full of flavor and easy to make. I'll see you guys next week here on Cook! Don't be lazy!